don't expect our immigrants to be like Yao Ming, everybody being a great classical player, you know, and somebody being like Einstein. You know, the cards that we've dealt are different. You know, you get 2s and you get 3s, and the challenge for us as people in governance and people of authority and people of influence is how do we make those 2s and 3s become a winning hand? You know, most business programs will tell you the first thing you do is you get the right people on the boat, on the bus. Well, how many of us in reality have that choice? You know, where you take a position of leadership and you can fire everybody and bring over your friends, the people that you really trust. And what Avance does is no different than what I'm talking about. It makes you help those 2s and those 3s become a winning hand. And part of this conversation a little ad lib, because I was telling them, I mean, when you have so many speakers, including the mayor of Houston and the regional mayor and everybody else behind you, I mean, how do you plan your conversation when you have so many luminaries before you? And so you better stay loose with your feet. And when we were choosing, for example, our table, who did we invite? Everybody on my table, except for Ashley, is an immigrant. And I can tell you that, without mentioning names because you will not remember, one of them is a teacher with bilingual qualifications, helping these kids be integrated. Her husband came out of a revolution in Peru, and you might imagine he came from the Von Trapp family, everything perfect. I have no idea. I mean, he may have family issues, but he came here, you know, to try to better himself. Then I see Patricia that came as a hostess, and is now the director of HR, of Human Resources. You know, Fred from Peru came as a busboy, and he also got his MBA from Rice. Actually, he inspired me to get my MBA from Rice. You know, I see Martin, and that, you know, the revolution in Nicaragua placed him, not by choice, but by circumstances of life, by the cards that life deals to you. I see Adela, a realtor, you know, from Managua, Nicaragua. I mean, she had no idea she was going to end up here. I see Peche, we dearly call him Peche, just to tell you what he means to us. He is the chair of the chairman of the endowed chair of environmental engineer at Rice University. For us Nicaraguans, he's like Yao Ming. He's an from our country. And you know what is the worst about being bad? Is not being the worst because somebody else got that name, you know, you're the worst. Well, Nicaragua lost their claim to be the worst country in Latin America to Haiti. And you know, it's kind of funny. You know, I know it's kind of funny, but it just to show you. I mean, this table is made up. A lot of people from there are from the second worst nation in Latin America. Like when you're trying to adopt children, you know, you go and try for the blue eyes and the blonde ones and the ones that have the mother was really a precious thing. You know, that's not the reality. And my wife is tickling my butt, and it's not romance, it's not. Yes, she just said that. I should not have said that. And my point is, she should have done that. And so, let me try to get back to the script, because I think even in the one thing that I can write down, I will find out some thoughts that I think you should hear about. And I'll tell you, I thought this is important. I mean, the first time I was invited to Avance was about 10 years ago, and it was because I think Lucia and Jennifer were friends at the school our girls went to. And I was brought to Avance, and I thought, okay, you know, what they're doing. And I heard people speak, and a thought struck my mind as how similar our restaurants are to what Avance does. You know, we receive the new immigrants in a context, and please, I mean, I'm not mentioning about the Africans or the Asians. Right now, Avance by context, by name, is a Hispanic name, so the part that I can share with you, my experience is coming from Latin And so that how in our restaurants, I mean, an employee can come without any English and become to integrate in our society, become a productive member. He gets a payroll check. He can go to his apartment landlord and now share an apartment with 5 other Guatemalans, and now he has a Social Security. He can get an ID card and becomes to understand the rules of the game. And I think the same way that Avance does that, we don't get to choose the cards we are dealt. We have to make the best we can with the cards we're dealt. And for most parents who think my son, is going to a restaurant, imagine if you're a newly immigrated person, that you have a chance to get on a payroll and become a participant in the game. That's what we do. That's what Avance does. I mean, we keep the thought of the American dream for people that most of their evenings have nightmares, and their mornings are something they're not looking forward to rise to. I mean, I dwell with the immigrant, I dwell with the newcomer, I dwell with the people that are trying to make a difference and make a living. Avance does the same thing. And in order to keep this in schedule, I just want to thank you for taking the time to realize that what makes us American is not birthright. We escaped Europe because we hated the tyranny of bloodline. Okay? It is not that I was born here that makes me an American. So we have to define what makes me an American. And it's the fact that I put on a new t-shirt. I put on the jersey and I'm going to play with you. I am going to be labeled by the others that I am American. It makes people understand the context. It raises their consciousness of what it means to be an American and who wants to be an American. And so even if, I was joking to Jim, even if you're a Republican, you should support Avance. You should support Avance because it makes better taxpayers. Okay? Let me just end it right there because we have a plus and wish you a fun evening tonight, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you for letting me and Lucia be part of us.